Part 3 of closing arguments in the Diddy trial, and in this part we just left off talking about Capricorn Clark and the lie detector test that she was forced to take in 2004. Prosecutor Slavic also reminded the jury about Cassie's testimony regarding an event in 2009 when Diddy stomped on her face in a car and forced her to stay in a hotel for a week until her injuries healed. Diddy's security guard brought her back to the house after she jumped out of the car and tried to run away. While she stayed at the hotel, Diddy's staff brought her clothes and food, and his security team made sure that she didn't leave. David James, Diddy's former assistant, testified that he remembered bringing her ice cream while she was staying at the hotel. Slavic said, "This is kidnapping. It's clear that Cassie did not consent to staying at the London hotel, but she had no choice. The defendant told her she couldn't leave. He had a security team telling her she couldn't leave, and Cassie knew what happened when people said no to the defendant." Let's get on to the Kid Cudi testimony. In December 2011, Rube helped the defendant kidnap Capricorn Clark. It started on December 22nd, 2011. The defendant banged on Capricorn's door with a gun. He was out for revenge. He barked an order at Capricorn, "Get dressed, we're going to unalive Cudi." They drove to Kid Cudi's house. The defendant had a gun in his lap. This was kidnapping. He moved her a substantial distance. The defendant said he wouldn't let her go until she brought him Cassie, who he kicked when she arrived into a fetal position. Cassie, who was with Kid Cudi that morning, testified with this. The officer who responded to the 911 call said he saw a black Escalade registered to Bad Boy. Then on January the 12th, 2012, the defendant had Kid Cudi's car set on fire. Arson. Slavic said the enterprise's purpose was to protect its leader, not to protect Cassie, not to protect Capricorn. Someone cut a hole in the roof of Kid Cudi's car and dropped in a Molotov cocktail. We're not suggesting the defendant cut the hole. He didn't even buy his own soup. You heard the voice notes. He said he was going to blow up Kid Cudi's car. What are the odds? He says it and it happened. The coincidences just keep on coming. The defendant and Rube just happened to be there a few weeks before. Kid Cudi was driving the same Porsche the night of the trespass. What are the odds? Kid Cudi had conflicts with no one except the defendant. Then D-Rock brought Kid Cudi to the defendant, who was looking like a Marvel supervillain. Years later, the defendant apologizes to Kid Cudi. Slavic also pointed to an email that Cassie sent in December 2011 that detailed some of Diddy's threats, including that Diddy threatened to hurt her and Cudi, but not with his own hands, and he'd be out of the country when it happened. What a coincidence, she said, that the man Sean Combs hated and wanted to hurt had his car lit on fire just 2 weeks after this email was sent. Then there's bribery, the 2016 video. The defendant was having a freak-off with Cassie in one of the escort's jewels. Flores found the defendant sitting in a chair with what he called a devilish stare. In the room, he saw another man. The defendant tried to hand Flores a stack of money. It was his first attempt at a bribe that day. As Cassie leaves, Combs starts damage control. There was a problem with the mic. He called Cassie over a dozen times. The text, "Call me, cops are here." He was just manipulating her, but